Hey everybody, it's the Pikes Peak Picker. I'm back with another unit. Now this unit, I was the only one that bid on it. I like these units. These units, unfortunately, this is going to be a lot of trash. One of the things you can't really smell. You just can't smell them. There's no smell-o-vision. There's something in here. Not, maybe food or something, maybe something's not quite right, maybe mold, I'm not sure. But I like these kind of units. It's going to take me a bit to clean it out. Unfortunately, I'm predicting that this is going to probably be about closer to 50% plus on trash, so I'm going to probably have a trash bill. My cans are full at home, but this may fill up my cans. I did just pay my trash bill. They're happy when you pay. I use these kind of units. I have two large trash cans, 95 gallons, and one big recycle bin. That's typically enough for me. I know if you buy a huge unit, you can end up with a lot of stuff. But basically, I'm going to start on this. I was supposed to be here yesterday, but went out to the county fair here in Colorado. They're going on, and I hadn't. Every year I have been wanting to go to the county fair just to go with friends and family. I had some family join me yesterday. It was fun. It was a $1 day, so they were just $1 to get in the gate. We had fun. Unfortunately, when we were going to try and do some of the rides, it started raining. That's just the way it goes. In fact, we got a rainstorm coming in today. I'm going to try and knock this out today. I'm going to start right now. I have a meeting going on in a couple of hours I have got to go to. Then I'm going to come back. My mom wants me to take her to a barbecue. It's being put on this afternoon. Fortunately, the management here likes me. I've bought units from this particular company multiple times. In fact, this is where I get most of my units throughout the year. And they own a lot of places around town. That's just the way it goes. But anyway, I'm just not gonna, I'll bring the camera in closer in just a minute, but I saw some Legos down here. Didn't see the cigarette. I hate cigarettes, but that's the way it goes. There's a kid's bike over here on the side. I saw more kids stuff. I'm gonna pretty much tell you that almost everything I can see here, except for some of the toys, is pretty much trash. Oh, let me bring you in. You have to understand that these units, if you don't want to deal with dirty stuff, this is not the unit that you want. And you can buy some units. I always tell people, start small. Don't try and buy humongous units because then you end up with a lot of trash. I always find stuff in these kind of units. It's very rare that I buy a unit like this and it's just entirely trash and I don't make my money back. This will take me about 4 to 5 hours to clean out. I'm going to just let them know I may not have it finished today, but it will be done by no later than, say, tomorrow morning. And they like when you get it done. They don't want to deal with this. This is something they just don't want to deal with. And like I said, there's a bike right there. Looks like it's in decent shape. It's not much, but that's like $10 at the flea market. I saw Lego, I'm not sure what they call those, platforms. I did see I've seen wires. I see a little bit of metal. I do a little bit of scrapping. So, anyway, I see a kid's chalkboard right there. That's not much at my flea market, but my flea market, I've listened to other people and they're like, we can't sell this stuff at the flea market. Nobody wants it, blah, 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 blah. My flea market's a lot of kids' stuff during the summertime sales. We get a lot of families here. There are military families that are coming in. I just hope, I know what that is right there. That's one of those little Tyco, kid tykes. I can't speak right now. One of those little kid cars. We'll see what it's in like. If it's really nasty and whatnot, I'll throw it away. Anyway. Alright everyone, so here's a quick update. I've been here for about an hour. That's all trash. I gotta get that to a transfer station before I can go to the meeting I'm supposed to be going to. I'm going to be a little late probably. This is closed. There was I don't know if you can see it. Right there, that's a Chanel. There's nothing in it, but sometimes the bottles are worth something. I've been getting a bit of scrap. Now, I've gotten a lot of costume jewelry. I don't believe there's any gold in there. I didn't really, but I'm keeping it. I'm going to go through it later. There was an Xbox in there, along with the controllers. That's actually pretty good. And we got a bike that's in pretty good shape. Unfortunately, it's mostly as I figured. This is going to be pretty much 80% trash. So unfortunately I got dump fees, but I'm finding enough good stuff to be able to cover not just the dump fees, but also to make up the difference. I've already found a few other odds and ends. There are some pins and pendulums in all that costume jewelry. Very dirty, but they can be cleaned up. It's a possibility they're selling for... I sell them on eBay. Oh, excuse me. My nose is running right now. About 15, 20 bucks. Some with shipping, some without. You have to keep that in mind when you're doing this. Anyway, I'm going to be heading out here shortly. I've got roughly about 50% of it gone. And like I said, most of it's just going straight to the trash. But I've already got... The smell is diminishing. I can't even spit. The smell is going away after I pulled a lot of the clothes out and put it in the trash. A lot of it looked like it may have mold on it. I did find a quarter gallon of milk that was empty, but it was rotting on the inside, so that was probably part of the smell. Anyway, let me close up and get out of here before it gets too late. Alright everyone, so as you can see, I'm getting vans full. That's almost entirely trash. There's a Tykes vehicle in there. That yellow top you see, it's in pretty good shape. It needs cleaning. So far, I have a little bit of scrap, trash. That's trash right there, except for the bike. This is all I got left. I'm still finding some shirts. That purple one is a Nike golf shirt. These bright yellow ones, I know they're like Hazard. Those are Pepsi. I have a couple more in the bag right there. They're pretty dirty, but these look like they were pretty clean. You even have a Tonka truck that's pretty solid. A little bent up, but it's metal, not plastic, so it's an older one. I still have a bit of stuff to go through, probably about 1 more hour's worth of work. Most of this is going to be, unfortunately, trash. But for the most part, I would say 3/4 of it's done. Whole lot. Costume jewelry. I have to go through it. There's also a bunch of little pieces in there. I found some Walmart pins. I've had luck selling those on eBay. Especially since they don't hand them out anymore like they used to. I worked for them in the past and they used to give awards and pay raise. They don't do that anymore. But anyway, that's the little car I was talking about. I'm going to just put it on the curb and offer it for free. It just needs a good cleaning. I don't feel like dealing with it. Anyway, as things go, I'm going to finish this up and get out of here. Like I said, I got to take someone out. We're going to take care of some appreciation meal is what it is, basically. Anyway, you guys have a good day, and I'll be back tomorrow to finish this up. Alright everyone, I'm back here for the 3rd time. The meeting I had to go to, was already done, so I'm going to try and knock this out. I'm supposed to be meeting up with somebody in about an hour and a half to buy some large totes I took out of a storage unit about 3 weeks ago. So I'm going to try, most of this here is going to be in the trash. This is stuff that's mostly scrap, clothes and other things I've pulled out. I saw this, ML. I figured I'd try and list that on eBay. It was actually in clean and good shape, so so far I'm about 2 hours into cleaning this out. A little bit of dumpster fees, unfortunately. But here's the deal. I at least know between what I have in the van, plus these 2 totes, the bike, the metal Tonka truck, we're good. That will sell at the flea market because it's metal. Somebody will buy it to refurbish it. I'm not exactly sure what the cost is. I've seen them sell on eBay for about, I think, $30 or $40, but in much better shape. So somebody will buy that and redo it. Anyway, I am gonna haul caboose, and I'm gonna try and get this done as fast as possible. So that way I can sweep it out and just leave it unlocked, not leave the key. This is my lock on it. Anyway.